Be real with us. I forgot to read.
I'll be real with you. Do you see this on my shoulder? Do you know what that is?
I don't want to know.
Sheets Muddy Buddies. This is my life right now, okay? And I have not posted on Instagram at all today. So y'all are going to help me because you love me. I know y'all have probably had, who's posted on Instagram today? Show your hand. Who's worked out today? You guys freaking rock, because you know who hasn't? This girl. So now we're going to work together as a team. I need to take a picture real quick of everybody looking happy and excited because I'm happy and excited here. I just worked 16 hours. My head is throbbing, okay? And I'm eating Sheets Muddy Buddies. But in Virginia, they call it trash, but you probably down in the South call it something else. This is trash. This is what I'm eating right now. And do you see this? This is how engaged I was. It's all over my pants from smacking it. Okay? So,
is it? I know what it is. It's like puppy chow.
Puppy chow. Thank you. It's puppy chow. That's what I'm eating on my team call. And I'm covered. So I'm going to take a picture real quick, and we're going to get started with this. And we're going to go all in.
I don't know
all right?
what chow is, but I'm just going to go with it's not something healthy.
This is
It's
trash.
not. Powdered sugar
Trash.
and peanut butter and chocolate.
Look.
It's the Tex-Mex mix.
That's my
snacks. Yeah, the Chex Mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get this. Wait. Because I am today. That girl should not have messaged me that, but we're going to talk about that. All right, let's all smile.
Are we taking a picture?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to post because we're going to do the vital behaviors, okay? We're going to use what we got because it's 9:14 at night. I got 26% on my computer, and we need to make this happen. So, urgency. Are you with me? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
We're with you.
Right. Smile. I mean, like, smile like you just, like, had the best sex of your life. Smile. Okay? Hey! Hey, Jenica. Okay. All right. Now post on your Instagram. But before you do that, if you were a stranger and you came across this picture, what would interest you about it? What would, like, catch your headline? So I'm going to write, what's today? Because Tuesdays, I get to laugh with these incredible humans. Okay, so let me show y'all what I'm doing. You see this? This is your takeaway. This is why would anybody else care? Okay, well, I like community, and I'm going to talk about it, all right?
All right.
Up here, I don't know, y'all are really creative. I'm not, but I just do this, like, line thing so they can see it, okay? Done. Now we're going to go up, and we're going to list 10 hashtags on that picture. So let's think about this, okay? Who do I know? So I'm going to say nurse life, because I'm in my scrubs. Okay, what else? Blonde hair, don't care. Because that's how I'm feeling right now. Boy mom times 3. Motherhood confessionals. Mother food. Ooh, no. All right. What else? Give me some more, guys. Come on. What else would my people be looking at? Crazy as F. I'm going to put that. Crazy.
Tired as all get out.
There. That's a good one. Who said that?
I am more out.
Tired of the bullshit. I'm going to go with that one. All right. Vegan life. Not vegan right now. That's why I'm hungry. I need some protein. Gut healing. Collagen. Because do you see my face? Like, for working all day, you see this? Woo, collagen. Okay. And let's say scrub life. Okay. So, you see how long that takes me? It takes a long time. I don't even think I have 10. But I'm going to show you a shortcut. So, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to squeeze it down. Hold on. It's not letting me do it. I'm going to squeeze it down to tiny little font and then watch. I'm going to hit my font and go whoop, right off the screen so you can't see it. So now that story slide is going to populate on those hashtags. Now, here's the even cooler part. I can go up here and I can do location. And I'm like, where do I feel like going in the world today? California. All right, so we're going to go to... Actually, we're going to go to Los Angeles. Yes, there we go. Los Angeles. So see, I have that big hashtag. I'm going to shrink it up and swipe it off my screen. Okay? Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to tag some homies. And I'm going to do the @ sign. I'm not going to do the mention because if you do the mention, you can't share the story. So here's my peoples. There's Casey, Bianca, Jess. I should tag that girl. Oh, there's my troll. Look, she pops up. Disney's resident. There she is. I have more to come on that one. If you wanna look real quick at my Instagram or my Facebook post, go for it. You'll see her message that she wrote me today.
They posted it on their Facebook.
I posted on Facebook and Instagram, and then got yelled at by my husband actually on that picture too because he says I had a camel toe. All right, Shanika Gomez.
Ew, now I want to see it.
Fab Fit Nurse. You can only tag 10, so tag one, Miranda. If y'all haven't been doing this, you're going to do this. You're going to share this, and you're going to write your own takeaway. Who else is on here? Amanda, A. Hubert.
Where's the camel toe?
See, thank you. Now you message Belle and tell him I do not have a camel toe.
I think
And I even know.
wrong picture.
That's all I got, okay? All right, so even with this, guys, I can shrink your names, okay, and swipe it off.
Aw.
So now I have this, and I'm going to hit share, all right? Now,
You have a little bit of camel toe.
that was my first today, okay, on Instagram. I did a highlight post because I was revved up, but that's my Instagram story that I just put on there, right? So I just targeted a ton of people based on the hashtags, the location, and what are they going to get from it, okay? Now, here's a trick that I want to share with you guys real quick. If you're like, okay, well, who has time for this? There's a thing on your phone where you can hit keyboard. So go into your settings on your phone. Okay, so I went to settings.
If you have iPhones.
I think they can do this on any phone now.
I can do it on mine. I have Android.
Yeah.
But it's not the same step.
It's not the same. It only does like so many characters, so you have to break them down.
Okay.
Like if it's shorter, I can get like 3 hashtags. Some of them only 2.
Okay. Well, if you have an iPhone, you go to General, and then you're going to go to Keyboard. Okay. You're going to click Keyboards. Wait, sorry, just kidding. You're going to click Text Replacement. And I have 10 hashtags. So like bunny, I make my own little things. That's for my daily sunshine tags that I use. IDC, it's my I don't care. That's like find your plug, intentional business, honest toddlers. It's like just like my mom everyday stuff. Inspo. Wait, mom hashtag. Okay, well, what does that mean, Kirsten? Settings, general, keyboards. I name the subject with what I'm going to do, and then I put my 10 hashtags. I literally, when I put it on my IG story, I copy those and I stick it in the text replacement, because then when I'm in a hurry, like say I am tonight, and we're going to do this little activity again, I'm going to hit that, right? And I'm going to say, all right, Kristen, I'm going to type in my text replacement. So the IDC, it pulls up, watch. Boom. Pulls up my 10 hashtags. And then I go, flick it off, and I post. All I got to do is tag the location. You do not have to sit there and spend 5 to 10 minutes putting hashtags in there. Your job is to pick 50 new hashtags a week that you like, and see, I would probably stick anywhere from like 200,000 to 500,000 people that use those tags, because anything that's bigger, you're not going to get shown up in the queue. And your goal is to get shown in the navigation wheel, okay? So that's just a hack for Instagram, and you can probably do some more hacks with Facebook stories. Either way, I need you guys posting. Like if I go to your wall right now, have you said anything about your business today? Somebody like me, I haven't. That's why I thank you for letting me do that activity with you. Now it's done, and I can check off in my mind, like Bianca was saying earlier, and this is where I'm getting with my point. When you do these habits and they become habitual, you forget. I drank my shake this morning, right? I knew in my head that I didn't have enough food. I knew that I needed water. I knew that I needed to do these things, but I didn't get a chance to do it. But it doesn't mean tomorrow I'm not going to be on top of my game and go full throttle. So as you go through your day, think about that. My messages, when I had 2 minutes today, literally, I went to the bathroom. I wrote my post, okay, because it was busy. Everybody's having babies right now. Here's my messages that I need to catch up on. I had girls that saw my post that I didn't get a chance to talk to last night. I told them, I was like, I'll message you back at bedtime. I've had 4 people are like, please don't forget me. I checked my email. I have Google Forms sitting in there. I need you guys to start thinking like your inbox and your email is jam-packed and you have like such little time to even check it. Because there was a time this did not happen for me, okay? I had to build what I have, and it was the consistent behaviors of me reaching out. I talked to probably 50 strangers today at that hospital. It is my job to talk to strangers. It is my job to talk to people. It is my job to find out what they need and how I can help them. We get so caught up in social media and behind the scenes that we forget how important it is to make that human connection. So going back to my post today, this girl accused me of being fake because I have 15,000 followers and I only follow 5,000 of them. And I'm probably, like, you can read her message to me. And I just sat there and I thought, you know what? That's funny that you think like that, because those are the exact kind of people that I want to help. You're going to get 3 emotions when you talk to somebody online. Tell me more. How much does it cost? Or they're going to ghost you and they're not going to say anything and it's going to say seen. That is to be expected. It's the same in life when you talk to somebody. The minute you come up to somebody, the minute I saw Bianca come into nursing school and lecture, I looked at her and I said, who does this chick think she is? She had this long winter coat on. We're in Virginia. I was like, I don't know what she's doing. She had a rolly book bag. You know, I'm just like, that was first impression. So in my mind, and how we do it with everybody, why did this girl trigger that response? You know why? Because that girl walked with confidence and it intimidated me. So I instantly had a reaction. You do this on and offline. But the cool part is you guys, if you are coming into this and you're changing who you are and you're becoming like a positive person, how many of you are like, you're not like positive outgoing? And it's okay, you can be honest. Does it feel weird to do those types of things right now? Yeah?
I'm always looking at like the worst case scenario. So yeah.
Because you're an emerald personality. So it's like black or white. Like you want to sit back and assess before you engage, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you'll be part of a project, but you're not going to be like the first one to be like, me, pick me, right?
Right.
Right. So that's okay. But here's the thing. When we say fake it till you make it, what we're saying is step into the person that you want to become. If you want to become happy, smiley, people can see how you feel through your eyes. Everybody knows how I feel when they see my pictures and my videos, especially my closest friends. Sue straight up messaged me the other day, are you okay? And I'm like, what the? I'm like, why do you ask that? Because I can tell, right? See, you're afraid to say the wrong thing. So here's what we need to work on, and this is what Bianca and I were talking about. We're going to do a little personal development together. Okay? I want you guys right now to write down your biggest fear with becoming an online influencer. If you're brave enough, go ahead and share it in the chat. There's no pressure, but if you do, okay. Okay. Thank you, Miranda. That's very brave.
Wait, what was the question?
What's your biggest
What
fear?
are we sharing in the chat?
Your biggest fear.
What is your biggest
Oh.
fear related to this business?
Aw.
You're frozen, Jonathan.
I'm sorry.
You're frozen. No, you have like this beautiful smile on. It's fine, but
It's just frozen.
Okay, me, I'm afraid to say wrong things and be judgmental. Rejection, judgment, not liked, not losing weight as fast as others. Rejection, being told, not being genuine. Being judged based on how I look, not how I encourage and help. Reject, oh my gosh, guys, you're making me want to cry. Rejection's not enough for people to stay. Strangers, and I guess judgment. Joanna says, what will people say? Judgment. Okay. Here's the next piece of this. At what point in your life did worrying about judgment hit you so hard? Your first memory of abandonment and rejection or feeling less than, when did it happen? Can you think of that? Ooh, when I was 7. If you guys, ooh, wow. How long ago, how many years ago was that? How old are you now compared to that? Okay, 4?
oh, my mom
That
loves
way
you
I'm
too,
not-
Laura.
I'm going downstairs.
So you guys right now have been carrying around rejection and abandonment for 24 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've got one.
That can be easy to message people when you're afraid of being rejected.
Because you've gotten into a habit of 24 years of feeling that fear.
Mhm.
That's some hard shit to swallow right now, right? Do you feel that? Like, I'm sad right now. Can I share something with you? And Bianca too. Bianca and I were rejected and abandoned. And that's what we relate on as people, as human beings, as spirits. There's nobody on this earth who understands my pain quite like her, and vice versa. So when did the chains break for us? That we were brave enough to stand up and say, we're healed from this. What did we do? What were the steps? Bianca, what were your steps?
I thought we were going to let them guess.
Oh, we can, but I was like, do you guys want to guess her steps?
Do you guys want to guess?
Because you're going to make me pull
Does
out some
anybody
stuff.
have any guesses as to how? Okay, so everything that you guys are saying are things that we dealt with. So we're speaking from a place where we've been there to we don't give a crap anymore.
Yep.
So how do you think that we got from point A to point B?
By hearing rejection often, you
Yep.
have to just get through it.
Yep. It loses its sting. Yeah, that's
It
why-
doesn't hurt a little less each time.
exactly.
I got
You learn to detach yourself from it for sure.
Yep.
And it just kind of like, hey, okay. And then the
Next.
second thing, there's more. That's one part of the equation. There's more pieces to
No,
that.
I mean, that's what I think. I'm like, okay, next.
You're right. Yeah.
Who else have I
and you're
talked to?
spot on. That's definitely a big piece of it. But there's more. Anybody want to take any other guesses?
For me, I was just
Oh.
telling Joanna that for me it was like the work within my own self, you know. Like for me, it's like constantly like reminding myself of, okay, that was in the past and it doesn't define me. and just constantly remind myself along with the personal development, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Personal development was a big one for me too. So
Okay,
that's,
I thought you guys the word personal development triggers me. I hate that word more than anything else. You know why? Because when I was a new coach, people were like, you have to do personal development. And I'm like, do you know what I've been through in my life? Why do I need to read a book?
As long as you apply it, I guess.
Why do I need self-help books? But it was one person. It was a guy who sent me the Craig Holiday CDs. And I was like, what do I really have to lose, Kristen? Because it was a gift, right? That personal development changed my life.
What did I do?
And I was like, holy cow, personal development works. Everybody needs personal development. But I hated that word. So how many of you, like, when you hear that word, it just, like, makes you cringe?
no, yeah, it makes me happy.
Because it's what it's done for you. But for some people that
I've
don't
always
like being,
loved it though. I've always
for
been.
some people who don't like being told what to do, and for some people who are like, I'm going to do things my own way.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, and this is what I want you guys to think about. When you're talking to your coaches, share what your takeaways are from certain things that you have applied to your life. So if you say, I didn't know how I could feel until I read this book. The Energy Bus was one of my first, right? Did you know that you can be on a bus with a bunch of Debbie Downers and that energy is Debbie Downer? And then if you get around a bunch of like happy people, it's like a whole new world. I want to be around the happy people. Because people will start saying, you know, well, Jenica, why are you so happy? What changed? You can say, I've been reading this book. I'm around these people. I'm doing this workout. I didn't talk anything about losing weight or anything like that. Right? Right? Yes. So no more talking about the Debbie Downers, Amanda. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
You are not them no more. So fear, rejection, abandonment, all it is a habit. It's a habit in your thinking. When you constantly think about it, you're manifesting it and you're not giving it a place to go except for back into your soul. And then you're going to constantly say, if I go to message this person, oh no, they're going to reject me and blah, 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 I can't do it. So if we say to you guys, we are retraining your thinking where rejection's a positive, go message a ton of people just to see the responses. Think of it like a science project. Go listen and don't talk, but just start talking. I'm not talking about your friends. We're going to make new ones. I found it easier to talk to strangers than I did to people who I knew. Because I could be whoever I wanted to be on this end, and I didn't have to worry about people judging the old self of myself that's no longer there. Does that make sense? Like who you guys are now, a year from now, you're not going to be the same person. There's people on these calls right now who have been with us for a while. They're not the same people. We're not the same people. So sometimes the people in your circle and who you're around and who your network is at this time, it may not be the same. Your team may not be the same. But we have to really dive deep into us, into healing those parts of us. So the number one thing that I can recommend, the action step, I guess, is I want to say is I want you to start by writing a letter to yourself. I need you guys to go back to that little girl or that teenage girl or even that teacher who told you you would never amount to anything. And I need you to write a letter on how these feelings, what they do to you, how they make you feel. And go back and take that part of yourself back by forgiving it. You can forgive the person. You're not forgiving what happened. You're not forgiving like them to be a validation of, oh yeah, you know, I forget. No, because if you go to somebody and say, Bianca, I just want to let you know, I'm sorry for, you know, I just wanted to let you know, you really hurt me by not choosing me to be your maid of honor. I just want to let you know that I forgive you though. Like she's gonna go into defense mode of, well, why would you think that? Like, la la, like she's defending herself. No, it's not that. It's Bianca. I need to.
Are you really hurt by that?
No. I'm using it as an example. I was. No, I was. Because I had a very sick attachment to Bianca where she was mine and all mine. You know this. She started talking to some other chick and I was like, no, you're my friend though. I was 22
you guys
years old.
don't want to hear this story. You don't want to hear that story.
No, we're going to talk about this.
No.
I was so attached to Bianca that I literally would have fought somebody like a jealous ex-boyfriend because she was somebody who fulfilled a void in my life, and that void was rejection and abandonment. So when she stopped talking to me, it was like my world just like, and thinking back now, I was crazy, but I was lonely for a really long time, right? And she understood my pain. And when people understand your pain and they understand where you're coming from and you can relate and you're like, this is my partner in crime and we're going to grow together. And then they stop talking to you or you don't know why they're upset with you or you don't know what the case is, right? I'm going back and I'm forgiving that. So now I don't have to ponder on that. I saw one of my best friends who I was so upset wasn't there for the delivery of Carter. That was like 2.5 years ago, right? And I saw her and I said, man, you know, I don't know why I was so crazy like that, but it was because I was alone. I felt alone. What did it stem from, Kristen? Why did you eat? Why did you gain so much weight? Where were you what void were you filling? I didn't know. So I'm asking you guys, I'm not telling you to do this because it's odd or whatever, but I'm telling you, if you go back and you heal those things, it will change your life and open more doors for you than you could ever imagine. You can't be your best self if you're not living your best self. And your best self does not walk away harboring rejection, abandonment, and fear. And if I have to, I will make you walk across a bar in stilettos and put your face up and be like, own it. I did it in Indianapolis. I made Jess do the confident walk. Right?
You have to really think about like what's helped me the most is really thinking like how can rejection really hurt you at this point in your life, right? I'm 40 years old. So if I invite somebody to a challenge group and they tell me no, like how is that really going to hurt me? We're not 5 where somebody's rejecting us in the little, at the lunch table where we're going to go sit at the corner and cry, right? We're not that person. We're not those people anymore. Like we're not children. We're grown up. So like how does it like holding on to that hurt that hurt you when you were 5 or 6 or however old you were? Like that doesn't make sense anymore. Like there's like Kristen said, like you have to let go and forgive. And then realize that nobody can dictate your worth. Like you have to understand your worth. And if somebody can't accept your worth, that's on them. That's not on you. Right. Like that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's like the girl that tried to hurt Kristen by saying that she's not hurting Kristen. Like she's a hurt person because hurt people hurt people.
And that was my theme in my post. If you read it, how many of you have children? How many of you would just die inside knowing that your child went 24 years feeling rejected and abandoned? Knowing that you gave them an amazing life or they had parents, but something happened, because this happens to people like teachers, kids.
Oh yeah, happens to everybody. You see that one person in this call didn't say that they have it. We all have it. We all deal with it. Everybody that comes into this coaching business deals with this. Nobody likes to hear no. Right? We all instantly, it's not like the person, so literally, you guys, I'll tell you what my first no was. I invited this girl that was a flight attendant with me. And I think I'd been like 2 or 3 months into the business. And it was literally the first time that somebody didn't ghost me, but just said no. And literally the girl said, no, thanks. And I literally wanted to like curl up into a ball and cry. Why? Like that, she said she wasn't mean. She didn't say anything bad. She didn't say your program sucks. She didn't say I don't like your yoga pants. She didn't say anything about me. She just said no thanks. That was it. So why did that hurt me so much? Right? Why is it so hurtful? And it's because we take it upon ourselves to think, well, she didn't want to do this with me, so then therefore she must not like me. Who the fuck cares? Like I haven't seen this girl in years. Like, she doesn't like
Oh.
me? Really? I'm going to cry? I'm not in kindergarten anymore. I don't need to sit at her lunch table. And that's like, at some point, after you've gotten enough of these no's, you learn to not care, because your people won't say no to you. Or if they say no to you, they'll come back around. You know what I mean? Like, you are meant to have who you're going to have as your challengers, as your coaches. They will come around. You don't give up on them, you know, unless they're mean. If they're mean and evil, yeah, then by all means, like, block, go away. Like, don't even look at it. And, like, you know, by all means, because we don't need negativity. But if they're not mean about it, like, you know what I mean? Like, let them, like, I made a post about this too today. I talked about how I'm a driver of a bus, and I drive around. And if you want to hop on my bus, then great. If you don't, you know, I'll be back around tomorrow, you know, and you can hop on at that time. You guys can go check out that post. That's exactly what it was. Because how many of you guys, like, when you invite somebody and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't. And you're like, why are you sorry? Like, I'm sorry for you. Like, why are you sorry? And sometimes I have to fight back saying that, because, like, that's what I want to say. I'm like, don't be sorry. Like, why are you sorry? Like, you're not hurting me by saying no. You're hurting yourself. And so it really is a change in your mindset. Like, you have to see it that way, because they think they're hurting you, but you know better. Like, you know that if they gave it a try, that they would love it. You know, and it's their prejudice, their preconceptions of what they think this is like. It's whatever it is, it's not for them, and they're not your people. And so you just move on.
So let's also talk about posting. So we talked about messaging. Now let's talk about posting. I took a screenshot. If you guys ever go to Carl Deichler's Instagram stories, he's always sharing coaches and their posts on his stories. And what I encourage you all to do is to look at the coaches. If you click on the post, it will take you to the person who actually wrote the post. So let's say, okay, I want you guys go into Christina Adidas. Can you see that? Go to her account. So she's a newer coach. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's check out her account. Ooh, this is a good one too. I saved this for this call. A question that I had.
How do you spell her last name?
I'm going to type it. A question that I had for leaders that are higher up. Who have these new coaches. That's her name. I wanted to know, how is it that they just signed them up and they're already posting with such confidence? And a lot of them told me that before they do anything with them, it's XT7. They explain their coaching package to these coaches. When they sign up, they already have websites. I did a video on the Fit Fire page of how the websites now are so easy that you guys can start utilizing your website without it saying Team Beachbody on it, where people can go and they can become a free member of yours, or they can learn more about Beachbody On Demand. If you didn't see that video, I definitely encourage you to go check it out, because that's what these new coaches use as their website links and their Instagram profiles. So you have your page and your website already up there. So when you're doing your stories, you can say, click link in bio if you want to learn more about, you know, joining this cause, or joining this group, this tribe, right? They sign up as free members. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're just asking them to sign up, become a member of yours. You're not asking them to purchase anything. You're asking them to be a follower. If they're following you on Instagram, you're asking them to be a follower of Beachbody, right? Of you as a business owner. Vegan life, not vegan right now. Oh, sorry. Who did that? All right. So do you see what this girl did? So she has her affirmations, her motive. This is probably something she enjoys looking at. That's why she's posting it. I love little quotes and affirmations, but her stories are really good. You can get an idea and a theme. If you're like, how does Bianca and Kristen do that? What's their theme? We study other coaches. We look at what they're doing. And I study newer coaches more. When I see a newer coach that's killing it, I can tell you who's going to be a rock star just by what they do, right? So you have that girl. Here's a good one that I want you guys to look at too is Michelle Barnard Fit. See that? She only has like 1,600 followers. Okay? Check that chick out. She is a Marine and a state trooper wife, fitness and health coach, Insanity Live instructor, right? She's fierce. She's older. How did I get them? These are their call to actions in their Instagram stories. Every single day I watch this girl. They're posting a call to action. They're talking about their groups. These are also people who are hitting Success Club 50 and 100. And they're newer coaches. They post every single day. They get consistent with the habits every single day. How many of you are worried about posting because you care what other people think of you, right? You get on there and you post that you're happy. In your real life, maybe you're not happy. People will be like, oh, why is she posting all like she's happy when she was just bitching about her husband, blah, 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 blah. They used to do that stuff to me all the time. All the time. And let me tell you something. I put a quote out there recently that I got tired of sitting at a table that when I got up, I was the topic of discussion. You guys will start to notice who your friends are and who they're not. Like, you will notice. So if you're putting stuff out there every single day and your current friends are not supporting you and cheering you on, are you doing the same for them when they post? Or not, right? Got to give to receive. Your hair looks great too. So she like flaunted in the camera.
No, I'm trying to decide what color to order next. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
know.
you got to look at that too. It looks great, girl. No, I'm serious.
Thanks.
I think that's a fear that I had when posting. Okay. I also now have a fear of my husband when I post something, you know, because it's not that anything's changed. It's just I know my worth and I'm so confident that I kind of just have this, you either are riding with me or I can't hang. And people want to hang with people that are going somewhere. Right? There's been times, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, where I sat behind the screen and I'm like, I've got nothing today. I feel like crap. Like if you told me to write a post right now, I feel so bad. My head is throbbing like I have a migraine coming on. But I know that if I took Energize and worked out, afterwards I would feel so good and I would write the best post ever. So check your energy. Are you doing high-performing habits when you don't feel your best? At what time of day do you feel your best? Because that should be the time that you use. Those two are having way too much fun down there. Look at them. Like giggling. Hey, girls. I'm like distracted squirrel. That's going to be the time that I want you guys to do the hardest thing. What is the hardest thing that takes so much like, for you right now? Is it sharing a story? Is it talking on video? What part of this is the hardest for you? Is it reading a book? Is it listening to a podcast?
I have a question. I want to know, like, how, when you guys invite, like, how do you find the people to invite? Where do you guys, okay, let's say you had to do your power hour right now. Who would you pick to invite? Anybody? You guys can type it in the comments. You can say it out loud too, whatever.
I go through comments and likes on any post that I've done where I'm like, I don't think I messaged them, and I just make sure that I didn't.
Okay. Anyone else?
I manifest it.
You manifested.
I think of like, who do I want? And then I go and find her.
Okay.
And I do it for my stories, and I do it for my likes, And I actually creep on like my coaches who do absolutely nothing, who I think are really great and have awesome friends. I creep on their peoples. I'm just being honest.
Okay, no, that's good. It's valid.
If you don't invite them, I will. So
I see who likes my posts and follows me. Okay, people who watch your stories. Okay,
Yeah,
Austin
that's
said
really nice. So
your
whoever
stories.
watches their stories, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that answers my post.
Right now, I'm only
Oh.
inviting people that are engaging with my posts or talking to me about my transformation program. Okay. Okay. So I will give you guys a little hint into like what really, I'm a really high Success Club point earner, right? I've been in Success Club 10 for the past 56 months. That means every month I find at least 5 people. And normally my average is between 15 and 20. So I will tell you guys that the game changer for me that changed the Success Club 6 to Success Club 10 thing was not just inviting people who were liking or commenting on my posts. I relied only on my posts and the people that commented and asked, told me that they were interested. I relied on that for the first couple of years of my business. And sometimes I would hit Success Club and sometimes I would not. But the thing that I did that really helped me was I would make lists of people. So ahead of time, I knew how many people I needed to invite. So on average, now I invite 100, but back then it used to be a little bit less. So let's say I invited 50 people a month. I would pick 50 people off my Facebook list, unbiased. I would just pick 50 people off my friends list. And I would put them on a list, on a separate list. And I would like and comment on their stuff for a whole month. And then the next month, I would go into that list and I would write down all 50 names and I would send all 50 names an invite. I would create one invite that I could go and like in 5 to 10 minutes, copy and paste and send to everybody that was on that list. And so my inviting process took me no decision-making whatsoever. It was just like who was on the list was going to get an invite. And it would literally take me 5 to 10 minutes to copy and paste because I had all the names down. So I would say, today I'm making 5 invites. And I would sit down and I would say, look at my list. And the first 5 people got an invite and I would cross off and move on to the next task. And then the next day I would do the same thing. And then the next day, and until that list was gone. And I would get people to sign up that way. And it really changed how I did things. And you guys can use the same process. A lot of people use, they go by the letters of the alphabet. I'm going to invite 10 people with the letter A today. I'm going to invite 10 people with the letter B today, and so on. And then they restart with the alphabet. You can do you can create your own little system, but what I'm trying to say is you can't rely on just the people who like your posts and the people who watch your stories. For me, for example, if I go right now on my stories, everybody that's watched my stories today, I've already invited. So if I relied on just that, I'm screwed. Then I don't have anybody to invite. And when I don't have a list to work off of, when I don't have I don't have a game plan, it takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to pick who I'm going to send the invites to. And now I'm profiling. Now I'm looking, so-and-so's not going to want it. So-and-so's not going to do this. So-and-so already works out. And then I'm profiling and I'm missing out on people because I'm spending more time. I don't have a system. I'm scattered and I don't, you know what I mean? And now that's not duplicatable. That's not something I can teach another coach.
Whenever I don't feel like doing something or inviting, I always think, what would Bianca do? And then I go look at what she's doing. I'm serious because you guys know, did you hear how consistent she is? She really is. I'm like, okay, Bianca did it. Now I need to do it. And I need to put some oomph in my step. So when I see her like smiling and happy, I know that she just had a crappy day because she didn't know where her daughter was at. And she talked about it, her daughter decided to pull an Allie Bear, but I know that if she got on there and was just like, right guys, so this is I have this group starting. Even if she wasn't talking on video, if she was typing like that, I can feel it, right? So I have to up my energy. I do some like jumping jacks or something and I check myself. And I think of, how would Melanie Mitro handle this? How would Bianca handle this? How many of you, who is your coach idol? If you could put pick any upline, and it's okay, we're not offended by this, but if you could pick like any upline, who is like your girl crush? Like Amy Silverman or Lindsay Matway, like Scotty Hobbs, a guy, like who is your girl crush?
Christina for me. She commented on my
Oh, we are not. I already know it's Christina for you. Thank you.
I love her. I made a comment and she loved it. And she put this and she put her hands up and I was like, oh my God, she's made my day. Love her. I love her.
Do you guys have one? Anybody? Jenica, who's yours?
From our team?
Thanks, girl. You
From
do-
our team or from?
No, anything. You're not going to offend me if it's not me.
I mean, I've been following Bianca for years, and every single time I see her post, I can feel the energy. So Bianca from our team, but Shannon Harvey is like crazy good at this.
Harvey. That's
Who's
good.
Shannon Harvey?
She's on Ashley Molstad's team.
Oh,
and
the
she's
girl
like
that
number
was
30 in the company, and she just started last July.
Uh-huh. I tagged you in a leggings
Go
post.
find
Bianca.
her. Let's
Yeah.
go follow her.
You guys have to
Yeah,
follow.
we love her
Good at
too.
this.
She's
Nope.
awesome.
You guys got to follow more people. Nope. No more. Nope. No more.
Shannon is awesome.
No more. No
Sorry.
more idol in our team. We got to find some new coaches to like up our energy with, right? Because why? Why is that girl's energy like that? Because she's winning.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, I follow new coaches. I follow all the coaches that I see. But I just love her. She's just so good at this. It's crazy.
She is really good.
Okay, so when we say don't follow coaches because we don't want you to compare, there's a difference when I say you guys need to find coaches that you're like, man, I would love to join their team. I want to be part of what they have going on. And then I need you guys to illuminate, like, I need you to like put that out there. Like, Melanie Mitchell was listening to like hip hop in one of her stories. I was like, oh, no, you're not my hip hop coach. Nope, you can't do that. Nope, that does not make sense. You go back to Miss Professional Teacher style. That's my Melanie Mitchell. Nope, you leave the rap song, like rap stays away from you. Pennsylvania girl, you keep it away. You go back to your little like church town. No.
No, what's Shannon's name?
Fire for Life Fitness.
Oh, you would love her, Bianca. She's great.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
All right, but what if you don't? Every time I see a coach, I am annoyed significantly by so many of them because
Why?
because I like us.
Why?
Because I like us. I get very like, I don't know. I just like, I
But
haven't
we're not doing what these people are doing.
I know that, but my thing is like, I start like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like sort of like a defense mechanism, so I don't judge myself and compare myself to them or whatever. I just don't like, have a really hard time finding a lot of like, I guess inspiration from like online. I don't know. If they were on Pinterest, maybe it'd be different. Like, I don't know. I don't get like fueled from social media a lot.
Okay, so you and I need to revisit that. I'm not going to go into it with these girls because like I need to talk to you about that. That's a huge block. Because here's the thing. I wouldn't be who I am now if I did not step into pieces of coaches that had what I wanted.
Right.
What do they have that I want? Because if I don't like them, or if I don't like something about somebody, if I'm jealous about something, it's something in me that's triggering that, right? Like, why don't I like that girl? Why don't I like this? What does that come from?
Right.
Was
I don't know.
Was
I've
it
been
because I was
trying to look.
excluded?
What?
It's like, you got to think of it because these people, they know that they are business owners and not employees. Employees act like this. They are not wanting to learn from other people. They say, okay, this is my job. This is my brand. I'm not going anywhere else. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this all the time. The reason BlackBerry went out of business is because they were like, we're the best. We got this keyboard. They didn't want to create apps. They were like, that's bullcrap. People fell in love with Apple because of the brand that they created. If people looked at that and studied that, yeah, there's been people that have been like trying to steal their stuff and whatnot, but people still fall in love with the brand Apple. Does anybody own a BlackBerry anymore? What happened to BlackBerry? That was the hype, right? They fell out of love with it. So you have to kind of like say, all right, what do people have that I want?
So I actually have been following like the Real Housewives and like all the people who watch like Bravo, because that is like my guilty pleasure. So I've been like going into all that stuff, and I've been finding I don't know. I want the bitches who are just think they're amazing and want to like go shop all day. And so
that's
I'm
what I'm
finding
saying.
them there.
You and I need to talk because you're way more like, okay, so like you know what kind of coach you want to be, but now you're working on your brand.
Yeah, I want ladies who lunch. That's
right.
What
we got that. That's why I'm saying you and I we will talk about ladies of lunch later. But as a newer coach, who did you follow that inspired you?
Oh, whoever you sent me. I was like, okay, you were like, go follow this person, and I would. And so, I mean, I followed Melanie. I followed, I don't know, I guess a couple of big people, but then I stopped following them because they all annoyed me. They were like, Melanie annoys the bejesus out of me. I'm being completely honest with you.
Well, you probably wouldn't sign up with Melanie. Maybe you need to find like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't connect with all the coaches either. Melanie speaks to my soul because she is a systems girl, and I love systems. You guys I've already told you. Like I do everything in my business has a system. So she speaks my language, but you have to find somebody that speaks your language. You're like soulmate coach.
Yeah, I've been trying to follow Philly Fusion, which is the up here's big hashtag for the Philly super weekends and stuff, and like I'm trying to find somebody that I can like fuel from, but I'm having a hard time with it. I don't know.
Yeah, you just gotta keep looking. I'm sure there's one out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just need to find a famous bullshit reality TV star to
I'm sure they're out there.
Absorb from.
Yeah, I was looking at Jenica, the girl that you said. I see why you like her. She's you.
Just tall and thin.
Yeah, you're like the same
and a boy
style, the same dances. Like she's you. Yeah, it makes sense. You're gonna like the people that are like you. That's right. Yeah.
So Susan, you need to find a coach that's like you.
Actually, you know who I like? Kate Chastain who is the head stew on Below Deck. Like I channel her so much as like she says all the same shit that I think at 24/7. I follow her religiously and I adore her. I want her style.
I like Kelsey Shackley. Have you ever followed her?
No, I don't even know who that is. So I will.
I like her.
Okay.
Kelsey Shackley. I actually really like her posts a lot. I follow her.
So you guys will realize too, you attract the same kind of people, and they probably don't look like you at all. All of my friends are brunettes. I don't have any blonde friends unless it's artificial. Lindsay Matway, the Bombshell Dynasty, same thing. Like I attract a lot of Latinas and Asians and dark-skinned women. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I think in my past lifetime I don't know. But that's just who I am. I love foreigners too. Like I love them. They're great. I don't know what it is. I love the culture, and I love that we blend into such a great like a world. I don't know. I just love all different cultures. And you can ask Bianca, and Bianca will attest to this. I said my team is not going to be one category of people. It's going to be so diverse and cultivated. Like I did. I said that. And look at what I have. Look at this screen right now. Look at how beautiful you guys are. It's like all the difference. This is my dream right here as a team. It's not everybody's dream. It's my dream. Right? I want my kids to grow up knowing that we're not separated by the way we look or anything. But some people, like, that's their thing and that's what they love. But you have to define who you are. And you got to go back. So let's recap. What are the things right now you need to work on? You guys tap into the things you need to work on. you will rock this business. You have to come in
Let's recap.
intent.
So, number one thing that we talked about, what was that? See, studies show that when you listen to something, you only retain about 20% of what you've heard.
We were talking about rejection and how we feel when we have it.
Yes. Okay, so how do we fight rejection?
Ignore it.
Facing it.
Keep moving forward.
Facing it, keep moving forward. So keep being consistent. And what's the other piece?
How are we going to hold them accountable that they're doing it?
I have an activity for them, actually. So what was that? So then we be consistent, right?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness for ourselves. And then the third piece is vital behavior, guys.
Keep inviting.
Personal development.
Personal development.
Oh,
Yay. Okay, so what are you guys reading for personal development right now? I want you to type in the comments. Everybody, I should get one book for everybody that's here.
I'm listening to your Atomic Habits, Bianca.
How do you like it?
It's so good. I like listen to it at work and get nothing done.
Yes. I can't stop listening.
He's such a good author, but he's a horrible presenter. He made me go to sleep.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't know about that. I thought it was great. Every time I hear a new chapter, I want to go back, and I got all the resources online.
I know. I'm like, should I be taking notes? Like, it's really good.
I'm going to, tomorrow, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all the cliff notes and I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to use that in our challenge groups. All those little, tactics that he gives, I want it.
It's really good.
I want it.
How many of you would rather scroll on your phone and play on your phone than do personal development, like my kids? Like they would rather, how many of you growing up, you would have rather played first before doing your homework? That's a habit.
I love reading now, so.
100 Days of Brave is good, but that's too short. I would encourage you to get something else to listen to. The devotional is good. I really like it, but you need something that's a little bit longer. Badass affirmations. I've never seen that before. Badass affirmations. What's that? Those are like affirmations that you read every day?
Yeah, so hold on, let me go get it. That way you guys can see it.
Rachel's books. Oh, the Rachel Hollis ones? Oh, yeah, those are really good.
So,
Gideon by Priscilla Schreier. I've done that study. That study's amazing. I've done it. It's a really good study. High energy living. I've heard of that.
It's really good. It basically helps you identify different energies in your life, and they all have counter energies that people tend to do. Like, for example, some people rely on caffeine and coffee for energy, and they don't tap into natural forms of energy, and it tells you how to identify different things. There's a little
that speaks my language right there.
You're speaking my language. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all me right there.
It has a little thing where you can go and answer these questions, and it's well, if you have this point score with these questions, then this is the type of energy that you should focus on. That goes in and it goes through all the different ones.
I need that book.
It's good. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really interesting for sure. And it teaches you just how, it's increase your fat burning power, boost your immunity, and live longer, stimulate your memory and creativity, unleash hidden passions and courage. So it gets all different things going in your physical and emotional, mental health.
I love it. I love it.
And are you guys with Mel? Who's your upline?
Yeah, Mel is.
That's why. That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm Heidi. Nice to meet you guys.
I love it. No,
Welcome.
that's totally, I tell everybody I'm a weird manifesto energy guru now. I ask, you can ask Bianca too. I'm a freak when it comes to that stuff now. Mm-hmm. I felt it today in the hospital, right? There's just, you just get around all of it. If I go to ICU and there's people dying, my eye starts twitching now. It did. Yesterday, I can't go to the ICU. I can't go up there anymore. I can't be around people that are dying. My eye starts doing this. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up.
I believe you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. I know tonight was kind of like crazy, and I'm looking at myself, and my head is throbbing in puppy chow. But I want you to go back now and game plan on yourself. What do you need to work on, and what have you already? If you guys are crushing your workouts, you got that, right? That's a habit. You know when you feel
that
like
rejection
really
part.
bad.
Work
got
on self-confidence. Work on getting no's. We should do a Go for No challenge. We should give a really good prize for a Go for No challenge. Have you guys heard of a Go for No? You guys know what that is?
I've heard of Go for No, but what's the challenge?
You
We
see?
do it next week.
We should do one.
Let's do it.
So Go for No is you have to get 100 no's. And then we can do like a prize for the first person that gets it.
I get that like every week.
So you're going to win.
I'm going to win.
But it really teaches, I did it once, and it was a long time ago, but I did it once, and it really taught me to embrace the no. I was like, yes, another no. She said no, and crossed her name off the list. It's really a mindset thing, and it really worked.
I think we have the call with the authors, don't we still? The Go for No, the couple?
We should have it somewhere. I'm sure if we look in the Dream Team page, we'll find all the resources in there.
We could get that.
There's a sheet that we can print out, and then we can cross them off and we should do a Go for No challenge.
With the challenge, is it no as in no, thank you, never? Or not right now, maybe in 6 months? Or try me again later?
I take a no, whatever. Like a no if they ignore you. Like a no if they, if they say no, like it could be whatever.
Okay.
But you can't count them if they say yes.
Right. So, guys, no answer counts too. If they see it, right? Whatever, you keep going. So how about this, guys? This week, I want you to get your business activity trackers, and I want you to set a goal for yourself on your Instagram stories, all right? I taught you guys like a little trick and a hack. Go through this week doing those every single day in addition to your workouts. Next week, we're going to do a poll on the team page before we do a call. I want to talk about stuff that's holding you up. We kind of gave the introduction to it today. We found out a lot that this team is struggling with fear, rejection, and abandonment. That's huge. That's huge. Why does everybody feel that way? I don't know, because maybe your leaders went through that. I don't know. But we're going to tap into it, and we want to be able to help you guys and to guide you. So the more evidence you can bring to the table, the better. If you don't do these behaviors, we really can't help you.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do to make you do anything that you don't want to do. Right? Like we can't sit here and hold your hand and tell you to do these things. It's impossible. You're grown, right? You can't. But if you're doing these things and we can look at conversations and we can say, okay, let's look at this a little bit deeper. How can we assist you? That's what you get from a mentor who's been in this for a really long time. And people like us are charging like $900 a month just to mentor people twice a week on 2-hour calls. You get it for free.
Sorry, I meant to tell you. So there's two resources that I posted specifically for you for the Instagram connection stuff. I posted an Instagram makeover on our new coach training. Watch that call because it's going to be very helpful. And then the second one was I posted something on our team page today that was like how to connect with people. And it has scripts on how to connect with people, how to find people on Instagram, and how to what kind of messages to send them. It literally has every single message you could think of. So it was I actually used it today and it worked really well. So those two resources, I posted them there with you in mind because I knew you needed that.
Thanks.
And we need to talk more about that as well. But that's just so you guys know. You guys lost. Do you want those resources? By the way, you guys are looking like you need them. If you're not in the, it was actually something Kristen posted. So let me get it for you guys. This is right up here because I was using it. So this one is easy. This is the scripts. Right, and then this over here was on the one that I posted on the new coach training. And it has an activity like I told them to take a picture of their new Instagram and post it on the comments. So you guys can do that in the thread when you're ready, when you've completed it. But it really is just a little, it's a makeover for your Instagram. So here's the post. Oh crap, hold on. It doesn't go, why doesn't it go? No, it doesn't go. I'm gonna post just a call. And you guys can watch that tomorrow, listen to it, or it's actually very good. Sorry, I was just making sure it worked. Right, those are the resources that I posted today for Instagram specifically. So Kristen gave you the tips for the stories. That's amazing, by the way. You guys should do that. I don't do what she does with the text replacement. I use the text replacements for my invites and my follow-ups. So that's what I use the text replacements for. But you can't save it from there, Fabricia. You have to open it and copy the link. So that's what I use. Here, I'll send it to you. Put it in here, on the thread. Gosh, what was I saying? So yeah, so that's what I use the text replacements for. I do use the location. I always tag the location, and I always do hashtags as well, but I kind of like don't have like a set that I use. I also don't use 10 hashtags on my posts. I only use about 5, 6, because I get shadow banned a lot. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about that, but if you use hashtags that are irrelevant to your post, Instagram can shadow ban you, meaning they will just erase, like you will use the hashtags, but they won't show your post. It's called shadow banning. I get it a lot for some reason. So I try to limit my hashtags and I make them very appropriate to the post that I am posting. So it works best for me that way. I don't have a whole ton of engagement on my Instagram, so it's probably not the best way, but it's better than getting shadow banned. So I'd rather have 5 than be posting 10 that nobody's seen. So that's what I do. So I do things a little different, but you find the flow that works for you, right? You guys have to, it's a lot of it is trial and error, is just trying it and doing it and just figuring out what works best. That thing with the list and the invites, I promise you, if you do that, your invites will get so much more consistent. So really, if there's one thing that you guys take away from today, is sit down tomorrow, go through your list, your friends list, pick 50 people, write their names down, and then engage with them for a couple days or whatever, for a week or however so long you guys want to do this for, before you start trying it out. And then when you start to do your invites, just follow that list and just do a copy and paste and don't think about it. I promise you, you will be sending more invites, you get more consistent, and it will take you 5 to 10 minutes. It'll be like, that's what makes you consistent, is you got to make the habit as easy as possible. If you're going an hour selecting people who you're going to invite and finding people, that's hard. You're not going to keep up that behavior for very long because that's taking up a lot of your time. If you make it simple and easy, it's 5 to 10 minutes, you're boom, they're done. And then you move on to the next task. And then you can learn and you have time to listen to calls and do your personal development and make a pretty post. Like, then you have extra time and you can do the fun stuff, because the unfun stuff is the invites. Everything else is fun. Making posts is fun. You know, like sharing your stories is fun. Everything else is fun. So the unfun stuff is the invites. So how can you do it so you can be consistent with it? And the way you do it is by having a system and making it as easy on you as possible. So just go in there, get it done, and then move on. Okay? Is that helpful?
Question. You said about the shadow banning. Does it like notify you when you do get? Nope. So how did you find out? Just
you click on a hashtag, and if you can't find yourself, you know you were shadow banned.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not fun. You're like, such a great post, and they hide it. Yeah. When you make a post on Instagram, take your hashtags, click on them, and then go to not the top post, but click on the top, on the little toggle switch that goes to recents, And then you should see it on the recents. If it's not a huge hashtag, you'll see it right away. If it's a big hashtag, it might be all the way down to the bottom. You should be able to scroll and find it. But if you post it and you're scrolling and you can't find it, then you know that you got shadow banned.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks. It happens a lot with bigger accounts. So I don't know if it happens so much with the smaller accounts, but. All right, any other questions? No? You guys are good? All right. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you later.
Bye.
She's eating her hush puppies or whatever they're called.
What is that?
Puppy chow.
Puppy chow, hush
It's
puppies.
Chex cereal with peanut butter, powdered sugar. I think there's chocolate. Is there chocolate in it? I think there is.
Yeah, it's called like Muddy Buddies or on the
That's
Chex
what
Mix
she's called
bag.
it, Muddy Buddy.
And then yeah, but they're
I
That's
have
like-
never heard it called Muddy Buddies ever.
I've
in
never
my-
heard
that's
of
what
either.
Chex Mix calls it. I
I've
think.
heard reindeer chow before Muddy Buddies.
Oh, I've heard reindeer chow. Now that you're saying that, I have heard that. That
But
I
I
have
call it
heard.
puppy chow.
Trash. Julia said it's trash. It sounds like trash.
It is trash.
She was covered in sugar.
It's amazingly delicious though.
It's
It's
so
good?
good.
It's oh my god. It's
Yeah, like
am-
make it
yes.
fresh. Make
Oh,
it
and when
fresh,
it's so
Bianca, for your
warm-
girls, and they
I don't
You'll
know
be
how to make it fresh. That's so funny.
Google it. Puppy
It's
chow
like
recipe.
literally, yeah, it's like
It's
Chex
easy.
cereal. You put it into a bowl, or you like warm up peanut butter to melt it down. You warm up chocolate to melt it down, and then you put it all in a bowl and you
Toss
mix
it.
that, and then
Mhm.
and then you dump it into a big bag, like a big gallon bag thingy, and of just powdered sugar, and you shake the shit out of it, and it is so.
It's so
I
good.
can see my
I
kids
mean, it's-
loving that.
It is trash.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
your girls would adore it. It's completely awful, but it's so amazing, and like you could eat the entire bowl in
Yeah,
like,
that sounds dangerous.
Pretty bad.
so dangerous.
I'll stick
Very
with the
dangerous.
granola.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.